What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling energetic today. Just ready to tackle the day there, Cancer. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is fantastic, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And how are you doing, Cancer? Oh, let's see. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. So, Cancer, just so you're all aware, I am open for personal readings. So definitely check that out if you want to get to understand how you can work with your energies more effectively there, Cancer, or if you're just looking to get a tarot card reading, or if you're curious how the planet transits are interacting, what questions they're asking on your journey here, Cancer. Definitely book a reading with me. I have calendar links down in the description box below to set up those appointments there. Hopefully we'll be working with you soon there, Cancer. And also, Cancer, with that being in mind, I will never reach out to you. It'll be either you DMing me through Instagram. I'm still getting that down there, Cancer. But yes, you will DM me because you know scammers are about and things. So I'll never be this like, hey, Cancer, you're looking for a reading, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, just something to be mindful of there, Cancer. But I think with all that, I think that's all the housekeeping there. But Cancer, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, I'm still getting a flaw on that, Cancer. So bear with me. Venus, Saturn, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based on our ruler here, the good old moon. And actually, Cancer, I haven't seen her yet since moving here. I'm keeping a lookout, but we're feeling her intuitively. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void of courses, all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. And look, Cancer, sidebar, Ralph just made it over here. I got him an actual chair. Now he's sitting like he means it. So just great energies all around here, Cancer. But with all that being said, Cancer, let's jump into it. Still getting acclimated to the space here, Cancer, too. You know, it's a different type of energy. I'm actually really enjoying it. But Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mars Day. Hope you are feeling energized, ready to get any sort of chores out the way. Maybe we're thinking about doing a workout today there, Cancer. Mars is great for getting that energy moving. So definitely utilize that energy to your advantage, Cancer. And also, this could actually be very nice energy with this, where the moon's at, because the moon is in a waning crescent phase, Cancer, in Capricorn. Oh, okay, hold on. With the moon being in this phase in Capricorn, you know, I feel like this kind of invites us to think about a few things there, Cancer. I feel like one of the first things is, hold on there, Cancer. Thank you, guys. So one of the things that I kind of feel with this energy, or that I feel could possibly come up, is what are some ways that we may have been escaping our responsibilities there, Cancer? Because when you think about the dispositor or ruling planet of the sign that our ruler is in, the moon, it is Saturn, who's in Pisces right now. And Pisces can deal with that escapism. That's one lower expression of the Pisces energy. And I feel this could even be too, because Pisces could have this trouble with boundaries sometimes. And I feel like maybe this could be even thinking about how we've let either like maybe society or maybe a certain relationship or a certain viewpoint maybe keep us from realizing our fullest potential there, Cancer, really making our dreams come true. Because even when you think about where Saturn's at in Pisces, it's taking that formlessness and it's giving it structures, about grounding these things there, Cancer. So I feel that this could be too really kind of thinking about what it is that you want to bring forward there, Cancer, and letting go of the things like maybe there's certain, because Saturn can deal with discipline, it can deal with that focus, that drive, and things that take time. And this could be where we're thinking about, because even just thinking about Pisces energy can be one of where we're having closures. And it's just like, what are some things that we can close out, Cancer, that may be impeding our growth or achievements there? And if we're not sure about this energy, even there, Cancer, as far as like what is the next chapter looking like for you, what is it that you want to initiate during this next lunar, like new moon lunar phase that's getting ready to happen here in a few days there, Cancer. We are really thinking towards the future, because now we have Uranus that's awake in Taurus, which is what are we building form to. So be thinking about these things, Cancer. This is a very, I feel like, kind of big energy that we're in. And so, it's about getting a little more intentional too, getting a little more disciplined in your spiritual practice. And we're synced up with the moon. So I feel like understanding her cycles, how we, where we see a dream from, like, even like if you set an intention during Capricorn moon, how this is going to grow when we get to that 6-month point to like a year point. Big things like that there, Cancer. So, yeah. Kind of a lot I'm kind of feeling with this, Cancer. But, and one more thing, Capricorn at a lower expression can have this tendency to keep things suppressed there, Cancer. So this could be, maybe there's some energies that we're needing to forgive as well. There's another thing that's coming through. Maybe there's some things that we've been holding on to, whether this be, maybe this could be an argument that had happened. Maybe this could even be our and that's interesting. Just thinking that how Capricorn, how we're the mothers of the zodiac, Cancer. Capricorn's the father, and this could be maybe learning to express forgiveness towards, or show even where we could have been more compassionate with maybe an authority figure or something along those lines, where we may not have appreciated how they operated, maybe just acknowledging that they were working with the tools that they were working with their, Cancer. Even that could even help bring about a little forgiveness and kind of close some kind of karmic things out or something along those lines, Cancer. I'm just thinking with the world, or excuse me, Saturn being the world, which can be that closing chapters in this card. So, yeah. I like that. I told you, lunar shenanigans are, Cancer. Although the moon's feeling really deep today. But last couple of things there, Cancer. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings. So apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below, Cancer, are some links for some other readers that I like watching. Definitely check them out. Go show them some love. There's especially one, Jamie, I've been really appreciating the support and the love that she's been showing, and the strength that really comes from community, Cancer, which I feel is a very big thing, kind of coming into this Pluto in Aquarius, or just all this Aquarius energy that we're in right now. Sun's there now, Mercury's there, and Pluto. So, and it's just going to become a big Capricorn, big Aquarius party, as the month kind of goes on there, Cancer. So, But also, there's a link for an astrologer that I like watching as well there, Cancer. Some links for some podcasts that I've been listening to, and some apps that I really enjoy working with as well there, Cancer. Definitely check that out if you have a moment. It's avail yourself of these lovely tools. But let's get into your general energy of the day, Cancer, which is the first quarter moon in Libra. We get a little bit of Libra energy here, which is keep your heart open there, Cancer. And I feel with this energy there, Cancer, this is, especially I feel like how this is tied to this kind of Capricorn moon, waning crescent energy. I feel that it is, because sometimes when we may have set this intention, is what I'm feeling for some, and maybe we didn't quite reach, maybe we're not quite as far along as we would like, because the first quarter moon phase is when we reach that first challenging aspect between the sun and the moon. And when this would have been happening last time, this would have been, let's see, if it was in Capricorn, then it would have first been in Aries when this energy would have first came to, which is interesting, the opposite sign of Libra. But I do feel like this energy is kind of asking to keep that tenacity and that perseverance that you may not have been where you planned, but you are exactly where you need to be on this journey for you. You know, because sometimes I feel we can want to be so far along. We see people who've been doing maybe what we are wanting to do maybe for 10, 15, 20 years. And sometimes that can feel a little intimidating. It's just like, how am I ever going to get to that space? Or how do I get to that level of this? And I feel that this is kind of changing that relationship from this energy of competition to this thing of motivation. Is that with this amount of time, with keeping my heart open to the fact that, or to the chance that I can grow from whatever this may be, Cancer, that's one energy that's kind of coming through there. But I feel like too, Cancer, just thinking about Libra and relationships. I feel this is giving me kind of a Six of Wands energy as to keeping your heart open to the and this is, I feel like, very important, the constructive criticisms of others. You know, because I feel like sometimes where we can present maybe a certain idea, a certain dream that we're wanting to, I'll lower that a little bit, Cancer, so you can see the cards there, but where we want to, you know, we see a certain dream in things, and it's one thing for a person to be like, okay, I love that vision, but now we're kind of getting that Saturn in Pisces energy. It's like, I like that dream. How do we ground that? You know, how do we make that more realistic? Not diminishing it, but how do we make it just like where it makes sense in this realm? You know, finding that balanced approach between intuition and kind of like in the actions that we can, you know, the actual, I feel like, manifestation here. And keeping your mind open to those who provide those encouraging, very kind of practical type of goals there, Cancer. Or like, you know, remembering those who were rooting you on, who were there to, yeah, just kind of uplift you. Again, I'm getting a very big Six of Wands with this energy, Cancer. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. And I feel too, Cancer, just if we're letting some dreams go, or maybe even putting them on the back burner for a little bit, I do feel like it is keeping that your heart open to that chapter wasn't like a waste of time. There was an experience that needed to happen in that moment for it to take you along with it there, Cancer. You know, when I think about when I was in like high school, I remember thinking about what, you know, we were getting to that point, especially like my senior year. It's just like, what am I going to do? And it's like, well, I'm solid at music, so it's like, let me just go ahead and do that. it just made sense. And granted, where I haven't played in a while, I can still, how, you know, like learning astrology through like symbols and things is no different than learning music. It's like notes, a note equals this on a certain space, and it really is this, even in tarot, how it all comes together. It creates this creative, you'd be surprised how you can incorporate these experiences in this journey there, Cancer, how they become new tools of knowledge. But you have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the King of Cups here, Cancer. Let's start with this Ace of Swords here, because I do feel with this energy, Cancer, it's giving me this energy of a different side of the Five of Swords, where it's feeling as far as like kind of comparing yourself. You don't have that here, but like comparing yourself to others that again, it could be this energy of considering the perspectives of for others. You know, like I feel like if you, especially if you've been feeling maybe like stuck, or if things haven't been going your way, and maybe maybe we're having a tough time feeling a lot of emotions there, Cancer. You know, maybe been feeling just like a little maybe insecure, maybe a little vulnerable or something along those lines, that there's something here with kind of sharing these feelings with people that maybe you feel comfortable around there, Cancer. Or again, just kind of keeping your mind open to something, to like just a broader range of perspectives here, because I feel that this can help you maybe solve a problem. Maybe this is something at work that we're trying to figure out, how do we make things run more efficiently, or maybe this could be in how, like maybe like how you can, if we have like maybe social anxiety, what are some ways that we can, I'm just throwing some, we're just kind of spitballing here, Cancer. But that's kind of one energy that's coming through there, Cancer. But there's something with the Eight of Wands here too, that there could be maybe for some this energy of, I almost feel like connecting with maybe like a mentor, and this may not be in like a formal setting there, Cancer. This could, I'm even getting this as someone that you could look up maybe online, or maybe through a book, or just kind of like, is this opening your heart to a certain wisdom there, Cancer, where we're feeling with the heart more, in a sense, like letting this, because we're getting ready there, Cancer, to, you know, Pisces season is a couple of weeks away, but we are getting ready to get into an opportunity. A very intuitive energy is what I'm kind of feeling here, and I feel like it's letting your intuition guide you to kind of get out and socialize here, Cancer, because Libra energy is one that does very well forming these relationships and letting other people's perspectives kind of challenge you and getting you into this, how do we find that middle ground, in a sense. So there could even be some where we're getting out, maybe doing something like just some kind of social events there, Cancer, and maybe even participating in maybe some sort of like audio room, if this is not something we're looking to get out and about there, Cancer. Maybe the weather doesn't permit, or it just feels like that is going to lead to you getting something complete there, Cancer, to you feeling maybe a little more encouraged to pursue something or get something moving, get a certain idea going there. It's just like we're missing a piece, but I hope that makes sense, Cancer. Let me get some other energy on this. Interesting, Cancer. You're getting a lot of kings here. Fascinating. Yeah, I almost did like a double take with the King of Pentacles. That's very fascinating. All right. All right, Cancer. Huh. Love that. There's Libra. Interesting. So, Cancer, you have the, I really like that, Cancer. So you have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Justice card, Libra energy, the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here, Cancer. And I think this is fascinating, too, with this this Two of Swords in first quarter moon in Libra, because the Two of Swords is the moon in Libra. And so I feel maybe for some, I do feel for some that it's like we've been maybe, kind of maybe in our heads about, like maybe either a certain advice, because these kings could represent maybe people that we've been kind of seeking counsel for. Maybe we're thinking of someone who's like, well, what would you do in this situation, or how would you find the resources or build these things up, or how do you deal with energies when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling this, you know, like these sort of questions there. I feel that it's like we're getting out of this, and maybe we've been keeping something bottled up here, Cancer, because I mentioned that like Capricorn can be a shyer type of energy in a certain expression depending on the of course the chart that's built up, but there is this sort of reserved type of energy with Capricorn, this like this getting to know someone better. So I feel like there's this, for some it's just like I'm getting this energy of like it's like this seeking counsel in a sense, or this confiding maybe in someone close, as far as just like if we're uncertain about a thing, maybe like a direction of a dream, how we're going to ground something. Because this Nine of Swords is giving this, can give off this kind of like, what are we anxious about, what are we fearing, you know, what are we, what are those things that we're thinking about that just kind of keep on your mind there, Cancer, on the daily. And this could be for some, maybe we're even like, because I'm even getting for some, there's this energy of maybe self-confidence in a sense. We want to kind of come across as this kingly energy, this self-assuredness here, but let me get a little bit more with this Justice card here, Cancer, before I move on. Thank you guys. What's going on here? Interesting. So the Justice card is verified by the Lovers and the Temperance card here, Cancer. And you know, and that's fascinating, Cancer, because the Lovers, Gemini, and Temperance, Sagittarius, they're opposite signs of the zodiac here. And I feel that there's something that we may be at odds, maybe for some. We're kind of stuck with this decision here. And we're looking to, it's interesting, the Four of Pentacles is like we're looking to make some sort of investment, possibly, whether this be in ourselves, or it's like we're knowing that something is needing to change here. The energy needs to go in a different type of direction. And so it's like we're trying to find this energy, or maybe you're trying to find this thing that resonates with you there, Cancer. Like, All right, Cancer. I hope that makes sense, but I think I'm gonna pull out of that. Because it's like maybe one one final thing with that, just because I'm just thinking when I'm thinking with this crescent phase, with how this is a time of letting things go. If there is a certain dream that we're needing to let go, I feel like we can even look at these kings as this state of, we've reached this mastery for the level you need to get to this next chapter that's coming up there, Cancer, that's making sense. And we're maybe kind of at odds as to why we need to make this shift. But it's one of those things that everything balances out in the end. It's like this hindsight is kind of 2020 energy for that. But let me get some advice from Saturn to see, kind of close out this energy at Cancer. Because even that Nine of Swords is just like, it's giving me, for some, it's like, what am I going to do next, in a sense? You know, what does that mean going forward? So, interesting. All right, Cancer. Okay, guys. So, last little bit here. So you have the, that's interesting, Cancer. So you have the, we were talking about it. We have the Five of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Emperor here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because I find that very interesting, Cancer, that you have the both opposite of the fire signs and the air signs, and those are your major arcanas. Libra and Aries are opposites, and Sagittarius and Gemini are opposites. And I feel like there's this question maybe for some, just even thinking about that, Cancer, I feel some could be thinking, you know, where am I going to be now, which makes sense with all this kind of healing and that North Node energy in Aries that's going on right now. We're about to have that conjunction here soon. And you know, maybe we're changing with how people may have thought we were going to be, or maybe we're even kind of knocking down what other people may be considering for, not necessarily for you to do, but they may be just sort of like sharing their thoughts. You know, like, you know, Cancer, you may be, you notice like you're really great with people. Maybe you do like a event planner or something along those lines. Maybe trying this, and it's not necessarily them telling you what to do, but just exploring the idea, I feel, with the Queen of Swords being here, Cancer, and seeing what that means. Because I do feel with the Six of Cups, because this, when I do pre-shuffle, Cancer, I do keep in mind these cards, but I don't mention anything with them unless they happen to pop up in the reading. You did get these Six of Cups, which for some, I feel it's like maybe we're kind of in this sort of nostalgic place where we wish things could just stay the same, and that, you know, we're just sort of stuck in some sort of past thing that we may be even holding on to there, Cancer, that we need to put this forgiveness and And I even feel with the Knight of Cups here, Cancer, there's this vulnerability that's needing to happen with this, whatever this thing that may be in this, whatever this past thing that we may be holding on to, or maybe the certain image that we were in. Ask is this who I want to be going forward? Maybe that's even something that, Cancer, we've been needing to let go of this different image of maybe who we expected our Emperor version to be, and readjust to where this different shift there. You know, maybe you thought, because the King of Swords isn't here, so it's like maybe we thought we were going to be something more in an intellectual realm, but we may thrive more in something more creative, or maybe something more, we're spitballing there, Cancer, but I feel like this is you kind of taking a different type of charge there, really kind of keeping your heart open, maybe finding who you are. And there is something here, Cancer, again, I do feel about like someone who you feel like has really solid wisdom or really solid advice, or someone that you look up to, maybe an elder, maybe someone who gives off that very just wise energy. I feel it can really be, schedule a meeting with them, you know, do something kind of like, I just feel like maybe kind of talking about, that's just something that's coming through there, Cancer, but I think I'm going to leave that there. But if you like that, Cancer, or if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer, if you feel like this one was very fascinating, Cancer, as far as just like what are we keeping our heart open to, maybe what we're getting ready, whatever this next chapter is looking like. But yeah, consider that, Cancer. Then subscribe there, Justice. Hit that bell button to get notified of all these videos each week. And then last few things there, Cancer, just a reminder, yeah, that I am doing personal readings. I've been getting this sign that I'm thinking that I'm going to need to reduce with this schedule that I'm getting these bookings and things that I may, and this doesn't affect you, Cancer. So I've been getting so much love here that I love doing this and syncing up with the moon, Cancer. But on my other channel, Alchemist 8, I may just be doing the monthly ones and the yearly ones on that channel. And I got some other ideas that I'm cooking up to replace that. Instead of doing the weekly readings for all the signs, I'm still kind of getting that configured. So, but that's something that is going to be up in the works here, Cancer. So, but yeah, all that information down there to book a reading for me is in the description box or in the what are those called, links on my Instagram. And I still have to get that. I'm gonna change my picture and add a little more to my bio and things, kind of liven that up there, Cancer. So stay tuned for that. But if you have for your readings, Cancer, check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placement. And then you can check that with me there, Cancer. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I'll probably eventually be doing monthly ones. I'm in the middle of the monthly ones right here now. And then doing yearly ones on there, Cancer. And the monthly ones are basically how I love Celestial News Monthly. It's one where I talk about where the planetaries or energies are at and how that does affect, not even if you just have your sun sign in a certain sign, but how where this is forming with your other placements. So if you even understand where you're let's say your sun, Venus, and Mercury are all in Cancer, then you'll know all this Pisces energy is going to be forming stuff with how you identify, how you show up in relationships, how you think and intuit in this world, how you maybe communicate more intuitively. It can really kind of break this stuff down and hopefully gets in a digestible way for you, Cancer. So, and all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer. So I can get you out of here. And look at that, Cancer. Here we are, the Chariot. Getting the hottest ticket there, Cancer. And just how this Chariot is this hot air balloon, I do feel like the winds are changing you there, Cancer. It's pushing in a different type of direction. And I feel that even with this being that air balloons are usually, up in the air, this is viewing these shifts or, this course correction from a higher perspective. Why did I need to go through that? How can I take what I've learned going forward? What tools am I going to need to learn? How can I build off of this foundation and take the things that have, again, been constructive and kind of build on this more there, Cancer? And just even thinking, too, you got 3 of the 4 cardinals here, us, Aries, and Libra. And I mean, Capricorn's here in spirit. So, Yeah, I feel like this is a time for, some things beginning there, Cancer, keeping your heart open to this possibilities here for some. It's very fascinating, but let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. All right, Cancer, and I like this. So you have the seasonal harvest card here. And I feel this energy is it's harvesting all of the things, and I like that we got 3 of the 4 cardinal signs. This could even be, I really like this, Cancer, because we're in Cap season right now. Or Caps, we're in Aquarius season, but this is Capricorn segment, this winter time, depending on where you're at in the world. But we've processed what's been happening over this year, how we kick-started off the energy with Aries, how that time was for you, how was our birthday season, how was your solar return, how are we reflecting on that energy there, Cancer, and then now we're getting into Libra. Things are starting to close out, what are we thinking about that, and now we're in this reflective energy and thinking about how we're going to start things over again. So it's like, what lessons are we harvesting from each season? You know, and this could even be, we can even break it down zodiacally, you know, with each zodiac season, opposed to, you know, just like the summer, winter, fall, and spring. However, you process this stuff there, Cancer. Some people go by day to day, other people, you know, but make this, I feel like, kind of work for you. And it's just like, what foundations have been working and what things do we need to let go, and so we can keep our heart open to the different possibilities and things. So I like that, Cancer. I feel like I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there, thinking about where you're going. To keep your heart open, you know, to where your intuition is trying to guide you. Does it feel right, you know? And I like just kind of thinking one last thought, Cancer, with how you have all the four kings here, but then you got the Queen of Swords. I feel that there is this understanding of all these other aspects that are coming into view. And it's the mind is, I feel like, the last thing that comes into play. We need to feel a little bit differently in order for all of that stuff to make this sense. But keep eyes on the moon. Feel out the moon there, Cancer. How sync up with the cycles. And we are going to start be thinking about this, Cancer. What is it that you, and if you have your chart, you know, think about where the moon is going to be forming this. The new moon is going to be at the 20th degree of Aquarius. So if you happen to have your date, place, and time of birth, look at where you have Aquarius in your chart and consider, like, my 20th degree is in the 7th house, which is Libra's house, the house of relationships and partnerships, things along those lines. So I could be thinking about, in what ways can I maybe form deeper connections, in what ways can I maybe want to network, you know, and kind of broaden my outreach and things, which is something that I have been kind of thinking about. But so just kind of little things like that there, Cancer. See how, or even seeing like how that dynamics in my relationship may be changing towards the future. You know, whatever that looks like, how co-creation and considering that, that's, you know, that's, or, you know, it just, it really depends on where your chart's happening or where this is happening in your chart there, Cancer. So something to think about and something we could talk about. But, and I will catch you. Just feeling kind of, I'm just on a tangent there, Cancer, on the next one tomorrow.